Thank you, Eric. Appreciate the kind words that you gave today to me. And I just want a little announcement. If you have your cell phones, we're asking that you turn those off for the announcement. We're putting them on silent so that it doesn't interrupt anything. Welcome, everyone, to the 2011 Youngstown, Ohio Utica and Natural Gas Conference and Expo. Not since the steel mill era here in Youngstown have so many people talked about an industry. And as you know, shale drilling is going to be an important industry, especially around the Mahoning Valley, since both the Marcellus and Utica shale deposits sit underneath the land here, waiting to be released. It's worth billions of dollars, and it will impact just about everyone, from landowners to retail businesses, local infrastructure, and hopefully it will also add thousands of jobs. Now, one of the reasons why my company, WKBN and New Vision Television, has partnered with the Regional Chamber for the Young event is because we're able to get information out to a vast majority of people here in the Valley through our news broadcasts and also through our various websites. And that's information that can help our viewers make better educated decisions about the shale drilling process. In fact, we recently sent a team of reporters to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, where the Marcellus shale boom hit a couple of years ago. And what we found was that not only are businesses that support the drilling industry are doing better than ever, but restaurants, gas stations, all the way down to those who operate the portable bathrooms at the drilling sites are seeing a tremendous uptick in their business. And that's just one of the stories that you'll find if you go to our website, WKBN.com. But hopefully the exhibitors and our speakers today can help answer some of the questions that you have about the fracking process. And first up, we're going to introduce Trina Rauscher-Cooper. She's the Human Resource Director at V&M, and she's going to give us a staffing update over there. V&M is a $1 billion subsidiary of Valoric and Mannesmann Tubes, and Trina is responsible for the human resources functions at V&M's existing plant here in Youngstown. Its new $650 million pipe mill, which is currently under construction in Youngstown, and facilities in Houston, Muskogee, Oklahoma. And Trina holds a bachelor's degree from Malone University and an executive master of business administration from Baldwin Wallace College. And she's an active member of the Society for Human Resources Management, Northern Ohio Human Resources Planning Society, and a member of the 2012 class of Leadership Mahoning Valley. And that new plant I told you about here in Youngstown will soon be used to make pipe that in turn will be used to drill for natural gas in the Marcellus Shale. So please welcome Trina Rauscher-Cooper.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today about the work we're doing at V&M STAR around hiring, training, and retention. To emphasize the importance of safety, we at V&M always start every meeting with the safety moment. We believe safety is everybody's responsibility. All our employees conduct 2 safety visits each year. And each year, Valoric, the whole company, shuts down for 1 day a year, and we have a safety day where we have presentations for our employees and their families, all centered around safety, not only at work, but in the home. That's 20,000 employees in 20 countries, so that's a huge commitment by V&M. We also work hard at maintaining our compliance with environmental standards. We have certifications and our best-in-class for our best-in-class operations in ISO 14001 and other certifications, as well as we've been recognized by the Steel Manufacturers Association for our recycling efforts. And we're also very proud that we've never had an EPA fine or penalty. Today I'm going to talk to you about staffing, training, and career development efforts, but first I'd like to give you a little background about our company. V&M STAR's parent company is Valoric. Its headquarters are in Paris, France, and Valoric is a global leader in premium tubes mainly for the energy sector. We have over 20,000 employees in 20 countries to include Europe, China, Africa, and North and South America. Valoric has 4 business units in the United States: VAM USA, VAM Drilling, V&M Tubuloy, and V&M STAR. As you can see, Valoric has a strong presence in the Gulf of Mexico and Texas and Louisiana. And with the addition of the new pipe mill here in Ohio, we're seeing a growing presence in the Ohio area as well. Focusing on V&M Star, V&M Star is one of the 4 Vallourec North America companies. We have operations in 3 locations. We have Youngstown, where we process steel to produce seamless pipe, and in Houston, Texas, and Muskogee, Oklahoma, which treat and finish pipe for specific customer needs. At our current operations in Youngstown, Ohio, we have over 450 employees. Majority of our employees are in Mahoning County, but we have a strong representation from Columbiana and Trumbull counties as well. In February 2010, we announced the construction of a new pipe mill, which is adjacent to our current mill. This is a $650 million investment. The facility itself is huge. It's over 200 acres, and it is over 1 million square foot under roof. This, combined with our current plant staff, our local employment will expand to over 700 employees in the Youngstown area. The regional chamber has provided us with some information that based on this amount of investments, that it's going to produce an additional 1,800 jobs in the area, as well as about a $1 billion impact on the local economy. That gives you some background about V&M Star and our parent company. Now I want to talk to you about our staffing efforts. With the announcement of our new mill, the first step in expanding our workforce was to strengthen our staffing resources. So the mission, I looked at it going into it, is we're building this best-in-class facility that needs to be supported by the best employees available and to eventually become an employer of choice. Some of the challenges we faced, we had to fill 250 new positions for the startup of the facility. This is both professional and technical employees, and they have to be there when operation needs them to start up the mill. We have to create job profiles and training requirements. So we have to look at the jobs and define key responsibility. What are the required skills? What knowledge is needed? What experience, education, if certifications are required? So we needed to take a good look at that. And also we had to establish critical competencies and capabilities, which is new to V&M Star. We had to design a process to manage the applicants. You know, we anticipated a high volume of applicants, and we had to find a process and a system to assist us in managing these volumes. And then we needed to create a diverse applicant pool so we can pull from all different areas and all different skill sets. Another challenge that we had that's not mentioned on the slide is that we needed to allow our current workforce opportunities for development while leveraging their current strengths and keep the current mill running at full capacity. So that was another. Solutions. First solution. We have to create first we had to create an environment where human resources is a partner with the business and works with the operations teams to develop the best possible solutions. So what we looked at implementing a system to plan, to recruit, and to hire the best available talent, hire an external firm to administer the anticipated high volume of applicants, automate our application process through an online job site, and recruit available qualified applicants through multiple sources. So now I want to take a few minutes and talk about each one of these solutions in a little more detail. Solution number one is we had to implement a system and a plan to recruit and hire the best talent. So critical elements of a good staffing system includes good selection that will build a winning team. So we had to identify the critical behaviors to the company. These are known as competencies, and some examples are like teamwork, collaboration, accountability, initiative. We had to carefully evaluate and define the job criteria. We needed to know exactly what the person was doing in that position so we knew how to recruit for the position. And we had to develop a plan to publicize the opportunities. We had to develop a strategy around advertising, job fairs, online job postings. Basically, we had to stand on the rooftop and yell, hey, we're hiring. So how are we going to get that message out to the community? We had to now we had to evaluate all qualified applicants against the required job criteria. So we had to establish a consistent process to evaluate all the applicants against the skills required for their jobs and their technical capabilities. Remember, accurate selection results in low turnover, increased productivity, and positive employee relations. So we had to hire an external firm to administer the volume. So we conducted an RFP, and we found 5 organizations that had considerable experience handling large number of applicants. Our 2 finalists were ranked as the top 2 in the country, and we decided to go with a firm called Select International. Select International advises us on our process and administration of the selection system. From there, Select has helped us to create the recruiting site, which is V&M Jobs Online, which is a snapshot of what you see on the screen. So the first part, when an applicant goes to V&M Jobs Online, they see some information about V&M, about the company. When they hit enter, it takes them to a drop-down menu where they can select what type of job they want to look for, hourly or salaried. From there, it will list all the jobs that we have available currently open in that area, and a person can look through them, click on them, view the job, some of the job responsibilities and what's required for the position, and then apply online. Next, we had to recruit available qualified applicants through multiple sources. We had to feed the pipeline. Well, I guess we did really well in feeding the pipeline because we had over 16,000 applicants apply for the jobs through V&M Jobs Online. But we went to career fairs, we went to university and trade schools, and we went to some of the schools that we have established relationships with. We also went to some new universities and new job fairs that we haven't experienced before. So we went to places like YSU, the University of Akron, UTEP. In addition to that, we went to Youngstown's career fair here at Covelli Center. We were in Akron, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, so we encompassed the whole area. In addition to that, we went to several military job fairs to look at some of the individuals coming out of the military and if they could meet some of the skill sets we need for positions. We also had publications in newspapers and trade journals looking for specific jobs. And as well as we had online job boards such as Monster, Career Board, and professional organizations' websites. Now I want to take a little bit of time and talk to you about building a pipe-making center of excellence. Like I told you earlier, our applicant pool is generated through advertising, through publications and job boards, career fairs. So once a person applies for a job, they're going to take a short online questionnaire, which is specific to the basic job criteria. It's going to ask questions and move them through the process. In addition, they're going to take an online assessment, and that assessment is going to measure critical risk factors such as safety, quality, skills and ability, knowledge for success on the job, turnover. After that process, if there's a proctored exam, we've partnered with Ohio One Stop to proctor our exams, which looks at behavioral and technical skills for specific skilled positions. And the proctor test there measures the skills and ability and knowledge necessary to be successful in the job. After all the online assessments and the proctored exam, we then look at the applicant will receive a phone interview from our third party, Select International. And they'll ask the applicant about their background and their experience and motivational fit, evaluate their oral communication skills. After the phone interview, everything is forwarded to V&M Star, and my team looks at it, works with operations, and they say who's the strongest candidates to bring in for on-site interviews. So then we make some appointments for online interviews. What was important for us is all our interviews needed to be standardized, our standardized behavioral interviews, and we needed to take the subjectivity out of the process. So all our interviewers, anybody at V&M that interviews for positions, has been through a one-day interviewing training program. Interview teams consist of 4 to 6 employees from V&M, and the applicant sits down with them and goes through an interview, and from there that team makes the decision if we're going to make an offer or not. And after an offer is made, we have the background check and drug screen, and then they're going to start their new job once once everything's been approved, and they're going to go right into our orientation process. We had a team that developed this onboarding process, or what some organizations call orientation. It's a 2-week program. So the team, the objectives they were looking at when they developed this program was, how do we ease the transition of our new team members into our current organization? Then how do we take the employees that we currently have and transfer their knowledge to these new employees? And then we had to introduce and develop critical behaviors, because yes, competencies are new to our organization. Some of the learning tools that they receive in these 2 weeks, there are presentations by subject matter experts, employees within the organization that we consider experts in their areas. There's very detailed plant tours. Employees get to go out and see the operations of different areas in which they're maybe not working. Then there's some reinforcement activities to make sure that they're understanding and retaining what we're teaching them. And in addition to that, we have a little fun with some interactive exercises and dialogues. This is just the first step in our training at V&M. This is what a new employee goes into. Employees at V&M continue to receive training and development as they move through their careers with us. So I want to take a few minutes and talk about our training and development strategies. Existing roles, people in existing roles, we like to give them stretch assignment, project assignments. New employees coming in, we like to give them increasing accountability as they learn specific areas in their jobs and also increase their scope. We have on-the-job training programs, CIT teams, which are continuous improvement teams that employees can participate in, as well as cross-training from our internal subject matter experts, as I mentioned earlier. Next, please. Feedback is another component. We have a performance management process, so all new employees will receive a 120-day new hire evaluation. From there, we have annual evaluations for all our employees. In addition to that, employees receive feedback from their supervisors and team leaders throughout the year. We have coaching, which are mentoring relationships. Employees receive coaching from our current employees. Management, there's all different types of coaching that we provide. There's on-the-job trainers, there's peer mentors, so there's a lot of resources for new employees or current employees to reach out to get more information in a specific area. And then the last piece is formal training. You know, we rolled out this year Valeric University. It's a corporate-wide program, but Corporate University offers training for our employees in writing performance objectives, communication skills, presentation skills. Then in addition to this training, we also have technical training. We have OEM training, CPT training, and basic burning and welding training, just to name a few. Next. Some of the other training, we have on-the-job training, we have job shadowing. So we're bringing in all these new employees and they're coming into the mill and they're doing job shadowing with their current employees where they're sharing their technical knowledge with these new employees. We're also bringing in a new process that we're not familiar with here in Youngstown in our finishing end. So that's where Houston and Muskogee that's what they do today. They're experts there. So we're sending our current employees to Houston and Muskogee for training programs for the finishing side. In addition to that, we received a $200,000 workforce development grant from the state of Ohio, which has also been available to us to help us with the technical training that we're providing to all the employees. Also, we have developed a partnership with and continued that partnership with Kent State University, Trumbull County. They've helped us develop technical training programs, assessments, things like that to evaluate skill sets. In addition to that, they've also been able to give us some ARC grant money to help in training our employees. Some other technical training, we have OEM training, CPT, which is a Certified Production Technician certification, basic hydraulics and pneumatics, burning and welding, as well as control logic. So that's just to name a few, and it's for all our employees within V&M STAR get the opportunity to get various levels of training as their job requires. So now we have all these excellent employees. So how do we keep them moving forward and increasing their skill sets and giving them opportunities to grow and develop? So we implemented a skill-based career development program which rewards individuals for learning and demonstrating skills that's required by V&M Star as well as by their teams. There's 3 components to the program. There's the technical, which is necessary to physically perform the job. Those are the technical skill sets. It's the main content of the skill block. Then there's soft skills. Many companies call them behavioral skills. This is the how you do the job. And then the third component is what we call core criteria, and employees must demonstrate the appropriate level of performance in this area, such as their attendance, code of conduct, their required safety training. So next slide, please. So let's break it down a little bit more. Like I said, there's the technical training. This is how they do the job from this is the technical skills. So an employee comes in the door at a basic level. As they continue to learn more and develop more skills, they'll have opportunities to move to the intermediate, accomplished, and specialized. Based on the business needs, we'll know at what level employees need, how many we need at which level. But this is where they have the opportunity to grow and develop. From there, there's also associated what we call the soft skills, the how to do your job. So for basic, there's certain soft skills like communications, teamwork and collaboration, work standards, CITs, problem solving. So those are some of the examples of our soft skills. And then the critical skills, which are kind of like the circuit breaker. You need to, have good attendance and good conduct, as well as good safety. Completed your required safety training. So V&M is excited and proud to be part of the Shale opportunity and the growth it's bringing to our community. As you can see, much work has been done into planning, development, and implementation of our staffing system, and much more work is yet to be done. Our efforts are on a parallel path with the efforts going into the development, planning, and construction of the new pipe mill. Here's a short video showing some of the work and progress to date. Thank you.